What's up, everybody? It's Luke James, not the singer. If you're looking to get your music reviewed, you can hit up this email that's right here. But today I'm going to hit you up with my thoughts and opinions on this new Dharma Rat album called He Said, Still Running. Now, Dharma Rat is a rapper who's coming out of Auckland, New Zealand, and I've reviewed him many times because he's an artist who I really enjoy. He always goes deep and brings a lot of personal content into his music, and his production choices are great as well, so make sure you check this out, as well as some of the other projects of his that I have reviewed on the channel. But one of the things I like best about him is how he does get very personal, and he's not afraid to cover some touchy subjects. You're going to get a great concept on here as outlined by the title and also the cover, because on the song called Sometime, he breaks down how he had this dream where the sun basically kills the whole world, man. Just this idea of trying to run away from your pain and suffering, and yet death is always inevitable. Keep in mind, this is what I took from this project. I could be completely fucking wrong. Someone else might take something from it. But this all ties together very well for me. And he does explain it on that song a little bit. So I think that does help people as they're listening understand what it is he's getting at. There's also some very cool production on this. I love the vocals and guitar, just the way they blend together to add to the feeling of this song. Just the whole idea of the world basically ending. And you know what? I gotta say that the morbid themes on this are something that really keep it all together. Even on the song Funeral, he does explore past family issues and suicidal thoughts, but then on the second verse, he's actually speaking to himself at his own funeral. This is a very cool idea. I just like the idea of how you're speaking to yourself, maybe looking back at your past, imperfections, maybe things you could have done differently. So there is a lot of introspection and self-reflection on this album, which is something I always expect from Dharma Rat. Thankfully, he's still coming through. Now, moving forward on the song Hollywood Act, I took feelings of rebirth from this one. At least that's kind of what I thought it was about, because it says featuring Adam Kitto, which is his government name. So it's almost like there's two versions of himself. On this one, he really is going on with some content that does express duality. So there are so many good ideas on this album, man. I really like the way how he's not afraid to try new concepts, bring interesting themes and content into his music, because I think that's what makes it last and that's what makes it engaging. Anybody can make music that just sounds good and is kind of fun, but when it's simplified, it doesn't always bring people back to it or get people talking too much. At least that's just my opinion. I could be wrong. Now, there's also great production throughout this album. I especially like that twisting bass line on Funeral because it really adds a nasty effect. And on one number, we're getting this very dreamy guitar beat. I love the feel of this one. Just makes you want to lay back under the stars and spark something up. So he does have a nice smooth joint on here for you. And really, all the producers did their damn thing on this, I gotta say, man. Love the beats pretty much all the way through. It's versatile, it's varied, and yet nothing really feels out of place. So they really crafted a great project here that's cohesive, and it doesn't go on very long. As my voice cracks, it's cohesive. There we go. We're still going to keep moving. Moving on to Medley, which is actually a 3-beat affair. This has some of my favorite beats on this song. The first one is just this banger. The second one does have a bit of a West Coast feel to it. And then that third one is so damn familiar, man. Someone's going to tell me what it's from, because I know what it's from, but I can't remember what it's from. It has a sort of dreamy, I know I already said the word dreamy for another track, but this one also has a dreamy feel to it, a bit of an 8-bit feel to it as well. Some video game shit going on. So I like that. And there's a funny line on here where he says he'd make a movie with your bitch and 20 sequels to it. That shit was just funny to me because pumping someone's girl once is one thing, but to make 20 sequels, ooh-wee, man. Dharma Rat is putting in some effort, man. He's on his browsers /Reality King /Bang Brothers, Bang Bus, X Videos, Pornhub, XTube, RedTube, whatever you want to say type of shit, man. He's going all the way. 20 sequels, man. That's a lot. That's more than them fucking Star Wars movies. So I thought that was pretty cool too. But, you know, this album isn't flawless. There are some little things throughout it that I didn't really care for, but not enough to ruin the album or say it's bad. But just for a couple of examples, I didn't like those warbly hook vocals on Away. You're still getting some great verses on here from him and Rizvan. Hope I'm saying your name right. I apologize if I didn't. Very introspective track, so I still like the content and it sounds good other than that hook. I would also say the track Lines is one of the weakest cuts on here. Just the generic auto-crooning about having money on his mind really just pales in comparison to the rest of what's going on with this project. I mean, there's so many good things on this project that some of the more generic stuff like this and that warbly auto-tune hook, it just kind of sticks out when everything else is so good. But I did like the beat flip on the end of this. It just sounds like something out of an 80s futuristic cop movie, like RoboCop is coming around a turn, skidding and just fucking firing hand rockets at bad guys dealing drugs or some shit like that. At least that's the feel I got from it. I might be out of pocket. Maybe I am. I don't give a fuck. It's some 80s sounding shit. And I really did like that flip there. So at the end of the day, man, I am still going to go with a 4 out of 5. I did think it started a little bit slow because those first 2 tracks were some of my least favorites, but everything else comes together very well. It's not too long. It's cohesive, versatile production, plenty of content. And this is another nice addition to his discography. So I'm still fucking with The Rat, and I hope you are too. But you guys can let me know in the comment section what you think about this. Make sure you check it out. Support that underground shit. And of course, man, make sure you do all that good YouTube and social media stuff where you show me love and you show me lots of it. Thank you for watching, everybody. I will see you next time.